E oggi iniziamo dentro gel. Sì. E oggi ci vuole un po' di gel.
I
E...
got a new letter.
e tu che fai ci sei? Vediamo un po'. Aver usato, dato che ero fondo di nonna, si spoglia. Sì, questo è stato tutti gli attacchi che riceve. E chi? Ma... Oh, ma ci sei diventare veramente PS. Chi si trasforma ci sei? Diventa sesso assoluto. C'è una carica di skill. Ah, oddio C4. Oddio C4. Che è un giorno. Però diventiamo prima una mutandina e
Looks like the situation has changed again.
poi ci pensiamo alle altre cose. Esino 175. Vabbè. Ci siamo.
Add Ash.
Staffe minerali. C'è una resina. Ah, giusto che c'è pure la resina di ieri. Peccato. Yel.
Feeling lucky?
Allora, 256 questo. Non ne ho più. Mi sa che non ne ho più. Vabbè. E dopo dobbiamo prendere l'arma di Yao Yao. Boh, la porteremo tipo 88? No, 87 mi sa. Cioè, e cos'è qua? Amp. Perché si illuminano? Questa cosa. No. Ah, che forse si possono... le posso livellare. Oh, sì, sì. Chissà da quanto tempo c'è sta cosa. E io mo me ne accorgo, vabbè. È vero, Nadia, eh. Il piano 2. Sfida allenamento. Se riesce a completare un piano, non potrà accedere alla successiva per lasciare la sfida. Se rimangono 12 sezioni di 25 secondi o più dopo aver completato un piano per esaltare 1, 3, 4, 5 affrontare all'interno piano di livello superiore. Oltre raggiunti i piani 14, 15, 16, 17, 22. Limite di piani che è possibile saltare. Sarà ridotto 4, 3, 1, 0. Però me ne dai già le cose. Le amici completa il piano 20, modalità giocatore si continuerà in favore dell'amicizia, sempre più amici. Ma vede un po' che fa. Adesso facciamo piano 12, ci dà pure quelli prima, presumo. I personaggi sono stati azioni nella notte. Totalmente ah, ah. E allora tu mi stai dicendo che devo giocare Shark? E si gioca Shark, qual è il problema? Io non ho capito. E giochiamo Shark. Dobbiamo andarci giù pesante, mi sa, eh? Eh, sì, anzi facciamo così. Però mi dico pure boff. Mmm, e vai, va. E vai, vai. Solo per vedere che cazzo è sta venendo. Quando il personaggio non sa prima. Sì, me l'hai detto già.
Full throttle! Oh. Delve into destiny, written in the stars. Show no mercy. Get to...
E quindi?
Try and stop me! Shadows of fate, decided by destiny. Show no mercy. Hold on to your hats. Pyroclastic surge! Take a deep breath.
It's pop up.
Jerk singed. Take me up. Take a look behind the veil. Light up the flares.
Morite così, oh.
Fate is upon
No.
you. Get to work. Burn it down. Bullseye. Locked on.
Per un secondo.
Delve into destiny. Show no mercy. Get to work. You two. Decided by destiny. Wrath from the sky. Knock him down.
Cioè, si facessi i danni, no?
Bullseye.
Questo mi sa che la facciamo.
Bullseye. Fulfill our pact. Rise with the sun. Pyroclastic surge. Fate is upon you.
Ah, bisogna abbassare. Allora si può.
Let's fly.
Non so che era entro i 30 secondi. Ah, entro i 30 secondi era per skippare i livelli. Mi hai dato? Scusate. Tu, fammi riprovare. Se vendessi via.
Get to work. Lolling, eat
It's
pop
pop up.
Rev the engines. Light up the blazing. Fire in the hole.
No. Vabbè.
Show no mercy. Hear the echoes of the valley. Try and stop me. Pyroclastic surge. Take me up. Locked on. Locked on. Bullseye. You two. Tight. Full throttle. Wrath from the sky.
No. No. Ciao Nemi. Ciao Nemi, è sempre un piacere, Nemi. Ma quindi per fare sta cosa devo farla entro 30 secondi. Come va Nemi? Mi sa che gna si fa. Me li voglio questi 3 minerali però, che palle. Tutto ok. La tua prof c'aveva il ciclo pure oggi. Il marito gliel'ha dato, boh. Barbarella.
Rev the engines. Pyroclastic surge.
A domani sì. Bene. Mi sa che mi devo tenere cose di Barbarella.
Get to work. Show no mercy. Lolling, eat. Try and stop me. Light of the blazing sun. Ha! Bullseye.
No,
Bullseye.
non ce la si fa.
Fire in the hole. Yeah, fulfill our pact. Rev the engines. Pyroclastic surge.
No. Vabbè, va. Andiamo da Arlecchina. E sì che sono potenza amici. Boh. Boh, 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 boh. Vabbè, quello che ci interessa è... Ecco. Ah, stanno i... Io. E Nemi, tu l'hai fatto l'eventino. Allora, andiamo a fare questo. Allora. Alfred. Da questi di Alfreda. Focalizzate così non ci rompete il cazzo. Sì. Nemi è arrivato al livello... al piano 33.
It's been a while since we visited Poisson. Maybe we should head over and have a look around.
E perché qua non mi compro? Ah, perché ti hai messo che evidentemente non sono pubblici i risultati, Nemi. Ne aggiungi possum. Vabbè, per fare la storia dell'Arlecchina. Dobbiamo vedere l'Arlecchina. So che storia è. Dai, perdonami, dai. Oggi facciamo
This
un'eccezione.
will be a productive partnership, I hope.
E poi prendiamo... e noi ci facessimo così. Sì, no.
One is fast on one's feet.
E ci sta. Ci sta. Troppolo. Sei aggiornato da troppolo. La posizioniamo subitissimo. Subitissimo. E pecca di questi. Quanto te ne vuoi? 30. Ah, ma prendi di questi. Io lo sgorbetto deve morire.
Laid bare. Quietly now. Yeah, scatter. Watch out.
Andiamo da Freda.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Senti, non cominciamo bene però con questo,
Over here.
Quanto tempo? È 3 mesi che non esce il tuo banner.
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it. You must be here for one of your.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front. So Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson.
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Well...
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
Sì.
You scared Paimon half to death.
Father, you're here.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need to know. It's all probably super confidential.
Super riservata.
Stuff, right? We totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved.
Mi parla sexy. Mi parla sexy.
I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
To be frank, pure Frank, mo, oltre a Fredo. Ma Alfredo. Dobbiamo chiamare pure Frank. È Frank.
As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems
E
from
to be frank, è Frank.
What sort of?
a rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
A phantom child? Who, just hearing the name is giving...
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If
I
you're
bambini.
curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
Arlecchina. Arlecchina pure sessuale.
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce
No,
you
ma
to
non
my
ci
other
interessa,
quite
Aline.
well known in the organization already. A lot of people. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a look?
All right. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're...
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite... Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Sì, sì. Easy dalla casa. Faccia la roba. Ci dai? Oppa. Schifo non fanno. Hanno fatti. Perché dici di andare qua? Cioè... dimmi che c'è qualche altro manufatto qua. No, sì. Vogliamo i manufatti. Che dove potenziare i manufatti? Allora, un attimo se c'era qualcosina per lì. Pesa 19. Pesa 18. Pesa 12. Questo qua lo dobbiamo dare. C'è difesa 25. Sì. Questo qui sarà tuo, non ti preoccupare. Vediamo. Un manufatto da gente. A fiammona.
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up.
Awesome, thanks! So...
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure...
Okay, well,
See,
there
yeah.
are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating. Like, now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house...
Well, you're more than welcome.
Tu non ci interessi, ci. Mi interessa Alfredo. E adesso invece voglio andare così andiamo un attimo. Andiamo un attimo a piangere. Vedi la cosa di Nadia. Oh, non c'è più. E vabbè. No. Nadia!
Take it easy. Huh?
Linny, you're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep. Hello?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
No way!
Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them.
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon...
Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much.
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can move a mountain with his
Yeah.
I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry. Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool at all!
Oh, wait! When guests visit, you're supposed to.
Oh, we don't need something like that. Come on, we insist. I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison, huh?
Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth! He's super.
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag. I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Wait, when you said...
But those are the best things we can give you! You don't. Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you.
Paimon. Questo è il
All right,
nome.
Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggest you don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion...
Really?
Spieghi la voce. Gle. La voce di Gle.
Awesome! It's been so long since we've had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let
Questa è la
me
voce di
know.
coso di
Yeah,
Bennett.
especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions for that.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute.
All right, see you later.
Questo sto tramando. Questo sto tramando.
Lenny, about all that poison and stuff.
Scared you, did it? That when Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets. Just out of
Like a
curiosity.
cazzo.
Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she... Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things...
La bambina che non esiste.
Skyward!
Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two?
Allow me to introduce you.
Oh, you're the famous duo. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled.
Of course, we're making...
Oh,
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently?
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I...
oh, and there's the Blind Maiden. After this mission is over?
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much...
I heard that.
Oh!
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others. Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait.
That's enough, Filial.
Don't talk about family members behind their back.
Guess this is goodbye then.
Well, that's it for the supply.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like you're right. Oh, Linny's getting
Scatter!
So, what do you think of the members? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. Well, I should probably get cooking.
Of course!
No.
Then let's head out and... Uh-huh. Fremine, what are you doing here?
Well,
Hey, nice to see you!
you too. I heard...
We were just going to make some food.
Sì, fai
Why
per
don't you come
parlare 20
along?
minuti alla
I
volta.
could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning...
Seafood?
Were you looking for something just...
it's nothing.
Yeah, we've got some left over.
Some food and water.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about? Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not... Tell me what's going on.
Maybe...
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face.
Yes. Just a...
Just...
Skyward! Scatter!
Cara. Siamo qui. Ah.
You're back! Oh, and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello, my name's Linny.
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth, just like you.
È peccato!
Harvey.
Clairvy?
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any...
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you...
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If you know the rules of the House, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal.
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes. That feeling of being haunted.
È
Of hearing
peccato!
voices. It's happened many times in the House of the Hearth.
So what you're saying is... that was her?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever.
I haven't thought that far yet.
Come with me. there are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Bravi, parlate in privato. In realtà è la figlia di Arlecchino.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it should. No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, because I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Inquietante.
I really didn't mean to drag anyone else.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause... Huh? You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by father. Of all this, later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend...
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and you and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So I won't let you face anything alone.
Oh,
È
looks like
peccato.
things are getting kind of heated between Linny and Fremine. Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away.
È peccato! No. Oh.
Perry? Huh. Looks like she's not here either.
Peccato!
Hey, you two! Hope we. Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not.
everything.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And I... just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you...
È peccato, però.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down. That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened.
I've tried that already.
And?
And... she even came with us all the way to Poisson.
I don't know much about spirits.
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like... Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so...
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I swear.
È peccato, però. Esci pure lei.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother.
Sì, su questo siamo d'accordo.
And you too, Fremine.
Sì. Però anche tu.
You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out, you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation... If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to
Lo
Father.
sapevo che lo dicevo.
Simple as that.
You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. There's no time to lose.
Sempre a parlare con Linette. Nemi. E tu invece stai sempre su vabbè, però.
Thank you for
Però.
bringing me this food, you
Però
guys.
su Evelyn ci vede anch'io.
She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even.
That's right. Based on what I've... Still, when she's presented with food,
Does she know that she has already
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer.
Clairvy, if you've got some time...
Sure. Oh, another new friend.
Nemi, io parlerei con Arlecchino, però dobbiamo fare questo.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you...
Huh? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that... Your name... It's not on the roster.
The roster? Oh, hi. The people in charge. They're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it, and never will be. In this house, some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't...
Wait, does that mean the knave... She...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy. Perry. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine.
No, boh, sì,
Maybe
tu
we
sei un
should
mago
try a
fallito.
different approach. Clairvy,
A wish?
it can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles.
To go outside, where the sun can find me.
That's... it? Well, that sounds easy enough.
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about. And Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate
Dove
your
ne
willingness to
andate?
help, but this is a family matter. Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little.
Sì, sì, andiamo a letto con lei.
You want us
Sì.
distracted?
I'll give you a magic
Subito.
word. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking. And of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, that if the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. You too. Okay, this is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby.
Sta facendo il
I really hope
Il
this
falò.
goes well.
Io sempre su Jane Evelyn. Nemi. E fai bene, Nemi. Fai bene, Nemi.
In this era of fair winds and gentle rains, one needs not marshal the winds to deliver the rain clouds.
Giada, sì, è così. Hai ragione. Ci diamo sti pezzi di merda. Arlecchina quando piove è contenta. Ma Black che ti scrive su Genshin che cazzo vuole? E so Cose private tra innamorati, funziona così.
It's the knave and child.
Che è finito di piovere, a caso.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left.
E poi noi vogliamo
I still have so
incontrarla,
many
dove sto?
questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better for...
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrador's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance to see you go all out.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well. Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Right! We're super close to Linny and the others.
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not?
Oh, well, you see? There's only so much you can learn of...
Good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that, now can we?
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I heard.
No, si è incazzato. È ingazzato Arlecchino.
Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Wait, did you really do something?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me?
Ah, well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things, an attribute that I find to be quite advantageous. Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then why did you try to help out with the prophecy and everything?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their home?
Arlecchino è diabolico.
The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
Il principe non ha capito un cazzo.
Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including their life.
They were that high stakes?
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay, okay. I get the picture.
A posto, li intrattiene.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look...
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
We should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us?
Oh? You want me to leave so soon?
Oh,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she's...
Comunque Black, non vedere Black Saris neri contro.
I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
Amy.
Ursulus logo. It was designed by my mother. And watch out!
Oh? You decided to stay a little longer? Let's take in the ocean view together, then.
Vieni a peccato però! E riusciamo a fare una bella foto. Che peccato, Ania! No, così. Ecco, sai che il mio Nevi facendo il lato dai danni a caricato. Insomma, mi sa un po' di più. Non per dire, Torna a Wasson. Quello scioppone. Pensi che il mio giudice fa 0 perché non ce l'ho.
Winnie, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told.
Che hai combinato?
But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, we could always try pushing her into it.
È un genio Paimon, sì sì sì.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. How did it go with you?
Good. I've got the list. It's
Really? Well, what are we waiting?
Gli ultrasuoni di Paimon.
Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, l'Andois...
E no, non ci c'è anche lei, perché?
Oh, yikes. That our rare guy has a...
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission.
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but...
Wait, so that means... the Nate...
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising.
The show begins!
Be sanctified.
It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Attention. Anything else?
Stop that!
Silence!
Someone help me!
I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house strange. Yeah.
E vai Nemi.
I know there have been arguments in the past.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her... As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're
Sì, ma che sta
proud
a
to be
storia
part
degli
of the
Arlecchini?
Fatui.
Perché devo parlare con questo?
Filiol and Nanto.
These
Che
kinds of projects
palle.
have always been there.
Well, that's true.
E voglio
I
andare a
just
scoparmi
feel some things
Arlecchina. Che
have
dobbiamo
gotten
fare con
worse lately.
questi?
I can't say for sure.
You think she's been inciting them to act?
No, not exactly. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being...
And they just believed all that?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh?
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have
Il
been
gallo e
working on together.
l'affarista.
Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role.
La cosa è fulano riuscito a ottenere.
Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been... It's just that... we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the...
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own devices...
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filiol and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. Well, it's getting late. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filiol and the others. Good work today, everyone.
A
Have a good
domani,
night,
forse.
and I'll see you tomorrow.
Ma non assaggiato abbastanza banale. Direi di no, ma chi... ma continueranno a non assaggiarle.
Oh, I'm always like, hey, she's even scary when she smiles. If she
Tu
were
metti i
to
brividi, no?
actually get angry,
No, Arlecchina. Devi proteggere
you have to
Paimon.
protect Paimon if that happens.
Ma stai
okay,
zii, sì.
Trust. Look over there. Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
Nemi. Non so chi posso aggiungere come cose sessuali. Boh. Chi potrebbe essere qualche porcella, non lo so.
Oh, where is she going? Or if someone sees her, we're toast.
Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, look, she stopped.
È peccato però.
Clairvy! Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right? Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision. At Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value. And you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse
Il
than
dottore è uno
death.
stronzo cattivo.
I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and...
I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Oh, padre.
Mother?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Harry. There's also... Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else. Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs... She looks so young. But it seems like she's been through a lot.
It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya...
Poi ci arriveremo a Snezhnaya.
Aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight. Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do?
È peccato.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going... Well, let's head back.
Dobbiamo un altro col briscolaro. Che palle.
All right, looks like we're all here.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into... We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous. And he's done...
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly... I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking about?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That does... I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I...
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor work together to do something horrible. It's just that... it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but...
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. All right.
Arlecchino. Vediamo un attimo il messaggio così. Afraid? No. No, not me, Afraid. Adesso si è aggiunto pure Frank. To be frank.
Skyward!
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale.
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So
Ha
what are you
capito, ha
planning to do
capito.
now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Allora, lo so.
Us? Distract you? A good one. But
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere? Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
the ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
È una velata minaccia.
Do. She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now. Oh, good idea. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure... Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems...
E poi andare dal giudice.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
Sviluppo infantile.
planning on doing anything.
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
E calla.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
Hai ragione, devono morire.
Don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
Ah, no, per quello non li uccide.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe. Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned.
Pensa sempre a tutto.
Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Arlecchino. Arlecchino. Quindi andiamo dal giudice.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Alfredo. Sì,
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation.
Di un certo degustatore d'acqua.
The glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
Il giudice vuole assaggiare l'acqua di Arlecchina.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette,
Perché ce
I
l'ha
will
del tubo?
gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, With that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Sessuale la doppiatrice. E poi si aggiunge. E si deve aggiungere.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your tiki cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers. Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Questo è quello della foto, là, c'è la cicatrice. Sì.
Oh, you don't have to give us it.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just...
I'll take 3 papers. Here, your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right?
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson.
Non l'ho
We
ucciso.
required some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson and empty.
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless.
Le
That being
fantasie.
said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clairvy, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things. The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay, sounds normal.
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Ah, adesso devo fare il boss. Vediamo un po'.
Skyward!
Afraid? No. You're not to be afraid.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Sì, se mi fa andare qui.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina,
Vogliamo i bonnet.
From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most
la
worthy
Champions
of
League.
inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than
Arlecchino.
tools to be used and then discarded.
Penso quasi finito.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was
Perché mo sono nella zona del bosco.
to her. You said
Dove
that
ci fa il
Clairvy was
bosco settimanale.
Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to
Oh.
stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her
Vabbè.
daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally.
No, sto facendo il dialogo Arlecchina. No. No.
Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Wait,
Rare.
the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end.
Allora, aspetta. Era una versione lì, oh.
Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Perouer that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will.
Molto
Even when her
felice.
body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Perouer would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day
Ho fatto un'ora e un quarto.
simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Allora si fa domani.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure.
Oddio,
She and
se l'è fatta
Perouer
buono
weren't
quello a
children
destra,
anymore, but finding any chance to
Sì.
escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Perouer suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Perouer could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained.
Ma...
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Perouer. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Perouer end her life. From that moment on, Perouer's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was.
Sì.
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Perouer killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Perouer won the battle, and became a harbinger herself.
Oh.
After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Claire was talking about... It was you all along. You're Perouer. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
E che storia.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well.
Yeah,
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait! I can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Il trailer parlo. Ha una voce.
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Arlecchina.
Here they are, Father.
Ah, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Winnie!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret midnight meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We... accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, None of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please, reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait.
Impossible.
E che Lina è forte, da quando? Sto pagliaccio.
Did you hear that,
Compiaciuta.
Butler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna...
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
Non è sexy però così.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
È tanto sexy quando va.
Here comes the catch. Is it my turn now?
Watch out!
And voila!
Non abbiamo bisogno del tuo aiuto, coso.
Is it my turn now?
È partito da schifo, sì.
Now that's more like it.
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Cazzo fa un cazzo?
Have a taste of
Da questo spettatore.
If I really have to draw my blade, then...
Di sì.
Look at you.
No.
Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals. Watch out for Father's movement.
Make way for the adept. Things are about to
Auguracci.
How amusing.
Che invecchiata col freddo.
Father's even stronger than I expected. Not bad. You've proven
Not
to be
bad.
a worthy opponent after all.
E dai, finisci fase.
I really have to draw my blade.
Running is of little use.
Mo si ingozza. Vogliamo la skin. I piedi. Un che sessuale, eh. È sessuale. Eh sì, però è scorretto, cioè. Non si fa così. Dio cura. Mamma mia.
Watch out for father's movements.
Your punishment made manifest.
Facciamo così. Ci vediamo.
Things are about to get dicey.
Ah.
The sun and moon have set.
Attenzione pure a capire rimosso.
All hope has been extinguished.
È buona così, è tanto buona. Ma che stanno facendo gli idioti? Guardano.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Perché gli hanno dato lo spadone del tempo, c'è lo spadone di KTP?
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry, Father!
Un che sexy.
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Facendo le foto, ma non so come stanno venendo. E perché è bellina.
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough
Ciao
to beat
Black!
me.
Stiamo godendo con la storia di Arlecchino. Alfreda.
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother, are you alright?
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Fotina.
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them so
Arlecchino, sì,
I didn't lose a single one.
un personaggio come
Wonderful.
dire,
Then, in just a moment, I'll have you
intrigante.
administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
Dimenticano che...
If you can withstand the pain.
Sì,
When
la storia è
you
bella,
wake,
sì.
you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization.
Ah.
In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
Sì.
Memory is
Infatti.
a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
A me non mi è piaciuta. Sì, sì, Black. All'inizio è un po' palloso perché parlano troppo sti tre pagliacci, però poi diventa
Once consumed by
interessante.
flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Ma è peccato Arlecchino. Sti 3 idioti, non hanno capito niente.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
E lei che fine fa?
Clairvy,
Sei
Can we
seduto.
talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
Senza peli sulla lingua.
Could have at least sugarcoated it a little. She's so speechless. Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope.
Qua facciamo una foto però. Una fotina.
You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too.
Clevi dovresti saper precisa che cazzo combina
I'm
Arlecchino.
really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really?
È
Of
peccato.
course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so... You know, I used to dream of being a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what. Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before.
Lì c'è quello stronzo di Zong. C'è
I would
lui.
buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
Black.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that? Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep. I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
È peccato.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial.
Cominciamo dall'inizio proprio, arrivederci. Ci mettiamo 10 ore allora.
That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next? Don't worry. We were able to turn the situation around super quickly. Thanks to Detective Paimon, of course. How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Questo è l'amore di
It was
Black.
like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed...
Abbandonerò mai Arlecchino. Black è innamorato.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
E le tragedie.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, Let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go.
Arlecchina. Arlecchina. No, una cazzo è figa, sì. Sì.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me.
No, cosa c'hai visto in lui?
Made you believe I was deserving of that throne.
Che ha detto qua? Addirittura.
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero? Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel.
Sì, sapeva tutto.
I'm not strong enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Storia at hand, there are many dangers ahead. Protecting my family at all costs.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Storia, you need not be too concerned. If those men and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you,
Nadia è mia, Black. Nadia è mia.
I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Oh, Nadia, faccio prima io e poi nel caso tu. Però prima io. Perché Nadia Nadia è mia. Nadia è mia. Sono morti tutti loro. Nadia, invece lui è ancora viva. E perché tu sei forte? Andiamo a prendere un attimo le ricompense. Come no, Black? Nadia è mia.
Add as. Thank you for.
Al limite prima mia e poi tua. Però... viva Nadia. Allora, aspetta 2 giorni. Diamo un po' di roba. Questo... elimini. Oh. Che ci frega. L'evento. Prima ho fatto una botta. Ho capito, vuoi vedere un po' di evento. Facciamo la parentesi evento. Ho fatto la prima sfida, sono fermo al piano 19. Non riesco a farlo in 30 secondi il 19.
Fremine were recovering at the hotel booth d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing.
No, allora, no, qua ci stanno Nadia e Clorindasi, Black. Ma... ma questa è un'altra quest. Questa è un'altra quest. Mi sa di sì. Sì, un'altra quest. Questa è la quest di Clorinda. No, adesso no, Clorinda. Comincia a fare build serie. Black, tanto io coso non ne sbatto le palle di Bennett e Company. Va bene così, faccio piano 19, sti cazzi. Va bene così. Quando metteranno la mamma di Bennett, poi si vede. E giochiamo la mamma di Bennett, Dico Bennett.
What about you? Are you feeling all right?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand... Oh, and Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any...
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check.
Scusa, ma non gliel'ha data la roba per dissolverla qui. Chiamalo scemo, Black,
Actually, I've met Crucibina before.
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments.
Father took in Linny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself.
L'Arlecchino è un genio. Arlecchina.
Why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help...
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy.
Sa, ci è piaciuto. Ci è piaciuta la storia. Andiamo a fare un po' di evento, no? E poi io devo consumare solo la resina. Allora, vediamo se c'è il pack. Pepe.
Ciao Jeep.
Finito la storia.
Ho visto.
È bellina però.
NS3, listen to that. Chip, puoi mettere Navia al bot. È il bot. Ce l'hai ancora Navia, no?
Che è successo?
Faccio sentire a un ragazzo Navia, la tua Navia.
E questa qui.
Yep.
E Nadia.
Ah, ciao Black, oltretutto. C'è anche Nemi ancora, giusto? Sì.
Sì.
Ciao Black e Nemi.
Sì, Nemi e Black.
Black, ti sei ricordato di andare a pucciare l'acqua del giudice? La pisellate? Nel buco di Kokomi? Tu non ti preoccupare, Chip.
No, io non esisto.
Black sa. I think he could be a dream of my friend. Ha incontrato una cosplayer di Yelan, questo. Ah, a proposito.
Cioè,
Chip,
faccio
sei
io.
da PC? Hai tu?
Aspetta. Come si... che devo...
Dalla mia
Manda
stream
il
in
video.
alto c'è bussa. Vediamo, partecipa.
I love Yelana, I love Navia, I love Glorind, I love Xianyun, I love Shilonen, I love Lisa, I love Yae. I love Black, I love Black, I love Nemi. I love patate, sì, Black. È proprio il tuo pisellone, non è male, Black. Ecco, ho fatto una prova dell'evento, ho fatto piano 19. Il 20 gna forza.
Solo?
Il 20 gna forse 10
vedo la tua
secondi,
chat,
quindi.
vediamo se vedo la mia. Non vedo la mia.
Allora, ecco, quindi Black era curioso di vedere questo evento. Quindi...
Perché non funziona la mia chat?
Facciamo l'evento assieme e poi andiamo a fare la resi, no? Boh.
Sì. Perché la mia chat non chatta?
E volevo sospenderla questa di Arlecchino, però mi è piaciuta, e quindi me la sono fatta tutta.
Metti muto. Non voglio condividere il mio schermo.
E mi muto.
Muto da coso di
Sì, lo
microfono.
so.
Mi sento 7 volte, divento deficiente.
Nadia! C'è ancora peggio, vuoi dire?
Chi?
Nadia!
Nope, non può.
Se
Sì,
no,
Black, ci sono.
dopo cena ci sei.
Ah, dipende,
Black,
dipende.
cosa
Non
fate,
troppo tardi,
Black? No,
però.
no, 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 io sono geloso, Black, cosa fate? Mica fate sesso, Black.
Perché la mia chat non si unisce?
Ma poi ci voglio stare anch'io, poi, Black, in quel caso, eh?
Unisci, dici.
E chi? E se fate sesso, sì.
Perché la mia chat non c'è? E la tua sì?
Boh. Ma io dal telefono non mi esce l'icona che...
La mia la vedi?
Ovviamente, Black, perché con me fai tutto che ti trattieni, invece con strano glielo dai subito, perché? Ma a me non esce l'icona, aspetta, provo un attimo...
Vai un attimo sul coso di Google e guarda se c'è la chat condivisa attiva. 22?
Cioè,
Un'oretta massimo ci sono. Ecco per le 22. Ma ci sono.
vado da PC. Vedo se c'è.
Sì, da PC guarda se chat condivisa è attivata da te. Sul coso.
No.
Prova a attivarla.
Che detto?
Chat condivisa.
A me mi dice che facciamo... A me mi dice ancora che c'è lo streaming condiviso, Boh.
Sì, c'è
la
lo
chat...
streaming condiviso.
Ah.
La chat, però non è condivisa. Cioè, io vedo la tua, ma non posso. Cioè, se scrivo sulla mia non la vedo.
Avvia chat condivisa, devo fare.
Sì, chat condivisa attivata. Ora si vede. Perché deve attivarla chi l'ha creato.
Ah. Beh. Quindi noi ci siamo.
Mo' ci siamo.
Vabbè. Per l'amico di Nadia.
Sì, tu cos'è che devi fare? Dominio? Lo prendo per non sì.
Nadia! Nadia è... sesso. Ma c'è ancora il tuo amico in chat inglese?
Sì, c'è ancora.
Come si chiama?
NS3? Yep.
NS3.
NS3.
NS3!
Black.
I want to fuck and then marry Nadia. Sì, è la verità. Hello, NS3. Hello, welcome. I am a Wi-Fi enjoyer. Go ahead. Do you want to join?
Chip
Nadia.
È il coso di Nadia questo?
Sì. Sesso. Sex.
Ok, non pure io. Ma magari facciamo anche non metto 200 chip.
No.
Serve uno io.
I know cosplayer. Yes, me too. I have a lot of cosplayers sexy on my Instagram that I follow. I have Instagram only for that reason.
That's true.
Sì.
Però fuoco sarebbe meglio.
Dai, back.
Vai, Chip. Conosci personalmente, Chip?
You are a lucky person. Black, ma tu hai fatto l'evento, Blacks? Mi stai dicendo?
Chip, io ho sterminato già qualsiasi cosa si muovesse da me. Giusto un paio di fontaine non ho fatto.
Io non ho toccato proprio nulla.
Ti ho aspettato alle 4 che ti aspetto, quindi.
Oh, sono Arlecchino cosplay. Easy she hot?
Probably.
Mamma mia che merda però, che merda. Io non ce la faccio più. Io non ce la faccio più. Shit artifacts, why? Why?
Perché sono aperto da me qua.
Yeah, so hot. You have to give me her Instagram profile. I wanna look her eyes. La bucchiocca in tutte le lingue del mondo. Black, quella è la bucchiocca. Dove cazzo sto?
E oggi ci mi sa che sono per talenti di nuovo,
Ma che merda, ma che sono sti cosi?
Instagram privato, direi. E Snapchat.
No!
E puoi scaricarti Snapchat, Chip.
Non l'hai preso, mi sa, no? Forse no.
Con l'ulti no. Con l'ulti no. Preso l'altro.
Ma quindi tra qualche giorno si resetta il teatro?
Dovrebbe. Devo ancora farla bis.
Tasso di critica carica energia. Se esce danno critico sono felice.
Se non esce?
Bestemmio.
In quale lingua?
Tutte le lingue del mondo. Let's download snapshot then. Snapshot.
Written in the stars.
L'energia difesa. Ma perché me lo blocchi sto cesso? Cioè...
Perché non ho visto notato bloccato uno main tasto critico difesa attacco PV flat?
Bonus guarigione. Ricarica d'energia. Punti salute. Attacco. Difesa. Pure un polmone. Questo si blocca
Destro o
preso bonus
sinistro?
guarigione. Boh.
E polmone destro o sinistro, Chip?
Ma perché non lo so. Mi sa che converrebbe andare a farmare un po' nel Natlan. Ma finisco pure quest'ultima condensata. Poi andiamo un po' a Natlan a buttare un po' di resina là. Va. Sono rotti i coglioni di fare questo.
Alta li ho presi.
Hey there!
Ania! Punti salute, di carica energia. Difesa.
Perché non mi fa cliccare per i busci?
Difesa, attacco, difesa, flop. Bello, bello, basta. Tutti i coglioni.
Chip, perché non mi... Ok. Perché non mi fa cliccare su... la pagina di Chrome si è buggata, vabbè.
La?
La pagina di Chrome si è buggata, non mi fa cliccare sui punti. Fortuna che c'ho il telefono aperto.
Ah, me l'ha fatto col telefono sta cosa, lo so, boh, però non so che cazzo è. Andiamo a uccidere un attimo questo puttane, va. Arlecchina! Sì. Ho una voglia matta di scoparmi Arlecchina, proprio Black. E Black facciamo voce a ciascuno. Dai.
Non so perché, ma non mi vuole guadagnare carica energia Giada.
No.
Ecco
Che
là.
cazzo?
Non vuole ricaricare... Non vuole avere ricarica energia.
Tutte mie. Porca. Allora, è morto. Ah, c'è ancora la tettona. Vabbè. Questo si sa
Non so
questo.
perché. Sai che Chip Genshin mi sta droppando tantissimi input dopo la patch di oggi? Ma è tipo il 40% degli input che do quando sono in combattimento li droppa.
Bene. Allora
E
devi
lo fa
fare...
solo Genshin?
E devi fare l'abisso. Cioè, così sei bustato,
E
no?
lo fa solo Genshin? E non la fa il The Ring, non la fa Vuva, non lo fa niente.
Yae.
Andiamo a Nathan.
Yae.
Ma hanno fatti sempre?
Yae. Sì.
Sì.
Sì. Yae. Aspetta, devo fare la condensata.
E farla condensata, non volevi
Così
comprare il
si esce.
sabato, la kill non l'hai fatta apposta. Chip, iniziamoci adesso.
Ah, è venuta una scorreggia.
Curi tu, curo io? A proposito.
Boh.
Curo io allora.
Non lo so. Andiamo a vedere perché vabbè, oggi si può dire che ho giocato con le 4 che... Boh, ho fatto la quest. Ho ciasco
Quindi
ho
c'hai
fatto le
sbloccato
20.
adesso? Finalmente c'hai sbloccato il boss?
Sì.
Ah,
Sì.
finalmente.
Perché hai visto? Un po' alla volta. Afraid. Poi si chiama pure...
Ma chi?
Alfreda nei dialoghi aspetta dice un'altra cosa tipo nome... non mi ricordo.
Ma il suo vero nome dici?
No, vabbè dice una parola in inglese, vabbè... Se tipo come Afraid, che lo dico Alfredo, tipo così. È simile... Ma chi cazzo ci sta il sodomì?
I 3 cazzoni fuoco. Che subiscono danni dal fuoco.
Ho bisogno di scendere. Sì, Afraid e poi è un'altra che la dice in un dialogo.
Ah,
nella
c'è
storia.
danni?
E c'è il giudice, Pecca, che ci frega.
Ci fidiamo del giudice?
Ah sì. Il giudice è un bravo ragazzo. Andate a Arlecchino a parlare con lui. Ah, Mr. Nobilet! Il giudice si è piegato.
By ordinance divine. Yeah! Wind, like hear me. You can't run.
Sai che team potevamo fare? Dopo?
Il team del sesso.
No, quello con... il tuo personaggio preferito in puntita che ha un difesa per 100.
Laila.
Proprio là.
Ah, Nilu. Nilu. E muori.
Dai, attacca mitragliette. Quante ne dobbiamo fare?
3. Difesa. Sì. Che cazzo è questo? Attacco ricarica energia. Per fiammona direi che è ottimo.
Perfetto.
Soprattutto questo qua. Come quello là dei supporti. Uscirà mai un supporto di Nadal che scola su attacco? Boh.
Probabile.
Ah.
Ciao Nemi.
Ciao Nemi, il ritorno. Nemi si parla di patate in tutte le lingue, Nemi. Sembra la si va a finire.
Yep.
Ma se elementale tasso critico, fermi. Oggi qua... ci potrei provare, boh.
She's not like Mavuika or... Chi è che c'ha le tette grosse?
Shanghai!
Mavuika? Yelan.
Xian Yun!
No.
Come no?
Non come Mavuika?
Xian Yun! Ecco, c'è due mappamondi.
È giusto i palloni di Giada. Giusto i palloni di Giada. Ma hanno droppato un manufatto viola oggi. I palloni di Giada. Tuttavia. Che c'è sta morendo?
Dai, non fammi fare l'ulti. Che? Look at this. Chi?
Sì, Shen sa che c'è più grande.
Enjoy the view. Ma vedete sti due? Tu hai altri gusti forse. Ah, giusto, Nemi. Dobbiamo far sentire non arrivato la nostra cosa. Oddio, questo per... Yeah! Easy, Lisa. Lisa. Climbing the mountains. Lisa.
Show them right here, right now.
Beh, c'ho 36 di racing, boh. Quando si ricade 22 ore, quindi le 5, sì, ce la facciamo. Mica arrivo a 200 per domani, no? So io che sta cavalcando, mi vorrei fossi io, però purtroppo no.
Speriamo non sia mica.
Comunque Timmy va forte nelle cose zozze, eh? Timmy rimorchio.
Ma che Timmy?
Il coso che... il bambino che sta nei piccioni.
Ma dov'è che rimorchio?
Timmy. E lo vedo abbinato con le... Fa cose Timmy.
Fa più cose il Traveler.
No, vabbè, il trailer... Beh, il trailer è fantascientifico che fa cose. Fantascienza.
Vogliamo fare anche Zed?
No. Aspetta,
Oggi tutto sono uscito.
hai consumato la resa?
No, stavo aspettando te.
E andiamo da te, vai.
sempre te. Sì. Adesso ti aspetto sempre. Iniziare a fare i settimanali, cioè i settimanali mostri lì, tanto li abbiamo doppi. Adesso abbiamo tutti doppi, mi sa. Perché fate anche il mare ai tempi remoti, no? Sì. Tutti doppi.
Mi sto aggiornando, sto finendo il gioco. C'è Bot, Bot mi piace la sua firma, sì. Bot è uno di noi.
Buono pass. C'è Bunny? Non c'è Bunny. Ci sei solo tu. Guarda, guarda Chip chi ti ho preparato.
Zong, Zong, affanculo.
Che Zon? Che ti frega di Zon? È l'ultimo, uno degli ultimi che mi rimane da fare.
Aspetta, perché mi organizzo. Allora, Clorinda si deve giocare perché sì. Sì.
Facciamo fuoco Electrox.
Morale, no, che ho giocato poco ieri.
Chev. Mitico, inimitabile. Fai tu i danni in realtà. Devi mettere Deia.
Ma ha visto? No, ma visto. Ma visto.
Vabbè, c'è Deia.
Afraid? You're not courage to be afraid. E non l'ha preso, giusto?
No, l'ha preso,
Non vedo un cazzo.
Quando sono i danni, ci lo stacca lì. È divertente non capire che cazzo sta succedendo.
Ah, sta qua sopra.
È andata sopra.
Ma che cazzo?
Devi scendere.
Ma perché in questi posti del cazzo? Boh. Vabbè. Che lo rindo, va tanto. Mi di tu.
È salito di nuovo.
Senti, ma allontaniamoci un attimo, giusto per farla venire più in po'. Vieni qua in mezzo, non rompere il cazzo.
Prendela con me, oltretutto, sì. Oh no, morirò. Abbiamo voglia di venire qui? Forza? Mi fai la skill di Raiden?
Illusion shattered.
Dai, un po' alla volta ce la stai facendo.
Non ce la fa.
No, andiamo a po'. Devi rompere il cazzo.
Ecco. 760.000.
Bene, va bene così. Va benissimo.
Sembra fatto, lo fa. C'è un tuo dominio preferito, Chip?
Oh! Grazie, Rick. Sta caricando.
Ma ti invitavo, non c'è problema.
È il più difficile della storia. Allora, io voglio Lisa. Io voglio Lisa. Io voglio Lisa.
Facciamo fare danni a Lisa.
Io voglio Yao.
Most of them I defeated. The rest surrendered.
Eroina ci crede, chi esiste
No,
con te? È
I have never
impossibile.
lost a duel.
È impossibile, Eroina. Grazie, Black.
I guess. Quante righe che Genji ha? Niente.
Ah, sta facendo i magheggi.
Sto guardando se c'hai i manufatti.
You're in for a little shock. Come on.
Don't be scared.
You're in for a little shock.
Dai, adesso facciamo la luce.
Try not to enjoy. Come.
Voglio fare la ulti.
You're in for a little shock. Do your work.
Isa. Ma l'abbiamo fatto spaventare all'amico.
No, doveva ancora esserci. Ah. Non lo so in verità perché non c'era più il...
E perché poi ce l'abbiamo scandalizzato, è stato un po' troppo, no?
No, ma magari doveva anche andare, che ne so.
Isa! Isa! Isa!
Tu comunque c'hai le 7 chip, eh?
Isa. 7 e 10. Cioè.
Surrender and be gentle. Come a little closer.
Prende tutto lo
You're in
schifo.
for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Blitz.
Tanto ti vediamo lo stesso.
Just a grave.
E ti butti il codiglietto. Lisa l'ha tatto fuori.
L'ha fatto fuori, immagino.
O l'ha tutto. Non lo so. Vabbè, non mi dice. E viva Lisa.
Magari che ha sbagliato 2 vocali.
Lisa.
Mi
l'ha
dico,
fatto
io.
fuori, ok. Mi sono fermato, l'ha fatto, sì. Io voglio l'arma di Lisa. Voglio il banner.
Probabilmente è un dildo, ne sei consapevole, Chip?
Sì. Meglio così.
Come a little closer. Don't be such a brute. So come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Dove va? E Candy.
Coniglietti.
E uno viola.
Cos'è
L'ultimo,
l'arma?
poi abbiamo un fiore dell'oro.
Un attimo, quando posso livellare? Là. Ecco, non
Sì,
partire
adesso...
subito.
Sì, non parto, guarda quello che devi.
C'è un portale tipo 88?
Sai che ho trovato
no.
un danno critico per Yelan? 4 roll su tasto critico.
Vabbè, sei disgustoso, beh, a posto sono pronto.
15% tasto critico, Chip, 4 roll. 15%. Un po' bassino, Ah, penso abbia fatto 3 low roll per avere 15%. A momenti ha più maestria elementare tasto critico.
Vabbè.
Però perlomeno non devo più cambiarli tra lei e Raiden. Ognuno c'ha il suo.
You're in for a little shock.
bastardo. Vieni qua tu.
Lisa. Questo. E ci guardiamo Lisa. Ah. Perché io rimango qua. Ah.
Vado a fare il fratello, non è un problema, non c'ho
Sì.
prendi. Dai chef.
Ma perché io.
Devo ancora cucinare sto dura. Chef oggi ho giocato tanto.
Chefs.
Ielanne invece vuoi giocarlo un po' di più.
No escape.
Curo io?
Oh, fate un attimo che devo giocare. Fammi vedere un po'. A Gianna non l'ho giocata forse oggi.
Infatti ti stavo per dire l'hai giocata oggi, Gianna. Guarda che si
Gianna.
offende.
Gianna. Facciamo Gianna e Clay.
Gianna e Clan?
E Gianna e Clay.
Un bel Bennett ci starebbe molto bene, giusto?
Ma la cosa bella è che non mi stanco di vedere il culo. Perché non si deve stancare?
Siamo molto in Mostad, dai.
Il sesso. Sestad. Tranne Clay. Clay è esonerata.
Come è esonerata, Chip?
È una bambina! È una bambina!
La la la. Fate is upon you. You can't run. Wait, hear me. Yeah.
È una bambina, Clay!
Io penso che Rosy in questo momento abbia dei manopattiche orribili a dir poco. Black alla fine stamattina ho provato
Bennett. Black, perché?
Boh, finito. Vogliamo fare l'evento, vogliamo fare un po' di uccisioni in giro. Da te?
L'eventino, che Black voleva vedere l'eventino.
Facciamo l'evento. Tu quello che devi fare in che secondo?
Ha fatto solo il primo, quindi il secondo, terzo e quarto.
Ok. Iniziando al piano 12?
Sì. I danni da fusione e vaporizzazione aumentano di 60%.
Metti Citlali? Metti Citlali e
nonnina.
Arlecchino?
Vabbè, sì, qua dobbiamo andare cattivi.
Sì,
sì.
Qua,
Io volevo prendere Lisa Bello. E non si può fare.
Jimmy? Proviamo.
Afraid? No. You're too courage to be afraid.
Pronto?
Le ultime le tengo per dopo. C'è un po' di legame vitale qua.
No, ma voglio recuperare l'energia in realtà.
A posto, c'ho quasi tutte le gambe vitali.
By ordinance divine. Show no mercy.
Mi sono 200.000 io chip,
Sì. 294.000. A Black quando fa qua? 3 milioni di danni?
Ah, probabile. Da solo sì. Oh, Rivana. Potenzi attacchi.
Ecco, tu quando fai qua di danni? Giusto per sapere.
Oddio. Vabbè.
Show no mercy. Your master's fitting.
It's pop up. Non c'è tempo. Meglio che non te lo dico. No, Black, vogliamo sapere. Ma se intorno ai 600.000 lì fuori.
Vai, Chip. Mi sa che già facciamo, che 19. No. No, lo possiamo chiudere.
Show no mercy. Cryo incarnate.
Vai, Jimmy.
Afraid.
Ti va bene,
Oggi ho
Chip,
fatto
vuoi riprovare?
860.000. No, va bene così.
Vuoi riprovare, Chip? Okay.
No.
Terzo non l'ho ancora fatto neanche io.
Black è onesto.
Ah, è abbandonato, G.
Perché cazzo devo fare?
Se non abbandonavi ti invitavo. Ti invitavo al prossimo, non importa. Adesso è esperienza.
Fatto cadere Rosy. Gianna.
Povera Rosy.
Gianna, oh, il banner su me la pullocci sei. La mia Gianna.
Spiriton ha fatto il piano 24. Anche
sì.
Pocci.
Immagino.
Madonna. Sì.
Ma il ragazzo di ieri, giusto? Come
Pocci.
si chiama?
Pio.
Che ha fatto 39. I danni da turbini aumentano da turbini.
Chip comunque è un mostro su Fortnite, Pio.
Ci credo che si dice che è questo problema.
È veramente un mostro. Chi prendi tu, Chip? Turbinio.
Ti veniamo.
Di in realtà non so i nemici che ci sono. Ah, lista avversari. Ok, serve mettergli elementi, non hanno elementi addosso, mi sa. No, mi serve mettere elementi.
Quindi che cazzo mi?
I danni da...
Ciasca, Black sì, però questo team no. Cioè possiamo provare, però...
Sì, devo togliere il vagabondo. Se metti ciasca.
Ma possiamo provare così con 320,
no.
boh.
Chip non Deia, dobbiamo buttare un botto di danni, niente
Deia!
Esatto, così è più bello. Io ti aumenti i danni, Chip. Aspetta, fammi mettere l'arma buona, l'arma al 90 a Farzan. Fammi sistemare un attimino.
E Black. Guarda che lista di dopo infinita, cioè. Ma continuerà ad espandersi, perché poi c'è Skrik, Skrik la mucca,
Io scrivo che mi sa che non la pullo.
Vabbè, io nel caso la prendo nell'area run, se proprio...
Non penso neanche nel...
mi devo tenere ulti, che palle. Vabbè. Hai visto l'energia la recupera tutte e due?
No. Ognuno fa il suo.
Knock him down. Burn it down.
Siamo seri. Le mucche fanno mum, ma una fa mummu. Black mi fa il cantante, Black. E adesso butto la ulti di fiamma.
No, non serve. Non serve usare l'ultimo di fiamma, vabbè.
Dare to mess with me?
9.
m'hanno interrotto gli attacchi. Stronzi.
Light up the blazing sun!
No, non ce la facciamo. Non bastano i danni.
Mamma mia. Se si può fare però almeno 19, cioè questo qua si può fare secondo me.
Come facciamo con questo? Non bastano i danni.
Perché non c'avevo la ulti con fiammone. Se ce la facevamo con la ulti.
Riproviamo allora, non uscire.
No, non faccio niente, non mi muovo. Che cazzo è sto rosso?
Prendi il coso rosso. Che aumenta il danno.
Non uso le ulti per l'amor di Dio. Ecco qua. Cavolo, devo usare le ulti, boh.
Oh, 2 milioni danni da caduta?
No. Ah sì, perché su 1,5 milioni.
E vai Faro. Questo è il potere di Faruzan. Le poppe di Faruzan. Inesistenti.
Quanti cazzo di HP c'hanno questi? Buh.
Tanto. C'è che stai vicino all'ulti di Faruzan, Chip, se sono vicino a loro.
No. No, ce la facciamo. Però siamo andati meglio, però sono più di questo, non si può fare. Potenza amici Black! E Black non lo potenzio perché Black deve andare solo a fare in culo. Black c'ha Arlecchino a C6, giudice a C6. Black.
Vogliamo iniziare dal piano 1 qua? Poi c'è sempre il piano 12.
Ah, sempre piano 12. Che bonus ci c'è? Quando c'è effetti di guarigione. Fra Arlecchino e Kazuha. A 12 non è quello di prima. Kazuha...
Chi è che ha Kazuha, scusa Black? Capisci?
Si attacca in 100% per 8 secondi. Effetti di guarigione. Se ci c'è nel programma vitale. Ah!
Tu Arlecchina, io Nadia.
Ah! Riceve effetti di guarigione. Sì. E facciamo così. Meglio nonnino o Lia, boh.
Meglio nonnina. Chip, fai danni. Devi fare un sacco di danni. E io vado agli scudi perché sennò mi one shot. Oppure doppio fuoco così c'è più attacco.
Afraid? No!
Prendi.
Sempre mi tengo le ulti.
Io sono a posto con l'energia.
Pure io.
Adesso almeno. Ok, il legame vitale che dà è pochissimo. Vabbè. Quello sono a posto io.
Show no mercy.
Everlasting as the moon. Laid bare.
It's pop. Qua Black fa il milione, no? Sì.
Nadia non può crittare. Non gli hanno crittato, vabbè.
Beh.
Gioco di nuovo. Adesso critti.
Nadia, Nadia ce ne sono ragioni.
Non le ha.
Nadia.
Vuoi provare di nuovo?
No. Manca qualcun altro.
No. L'ultimo era il quarto. Abbiamo fatto
Finito.
Secondo, terzo e quarto. Vai di primo gem.
Prendiamo le ricompense, no?
Sì.
Le ricompensine.
Siamo a 149esimo pull.
Vedete quando c'è no? Ho fatto pure le storie. Boh, le storie penso della poco. Certo devo fare l'esplorazione. Però. 67. 69, che numero perfetto. Se volete loggo un attimo vi faccio fare il livello.
Ma tanto non ci dà nulla in più, non possiamo fare il... letteralmente dopo il piano 15 non cambia niente.
Quei 3 mineralini ci vorrebbero.
Non puoi prenderli chip, non puoi prenderli chip, devi farli in single, devi fare un giocatore singolo il piano.
Ah, è giusto, sì. Niente.
Capisci? Se vuoi farci il numero 20, Black, ma... A parte quello, vuoi andare a uccidere qualcuno? Vuoi fare qualcosa? Oppure...
Faccio 39 di raid. 2 minuti. Aspetta altri 2 minuti, così si carica la resina e poi faccio la condensata.
Facciamo 2 leggende locali da te? Beh, non ci sono più. È sterminato.
Black, ti ringrazio, tu sei sempre un tesoro, Black.
Se vuoi, Black, venire, lo sai, c'è Chevros che ti aspetta.
Chevs. Andiamo a fare Michele per oggi. Cioè, adesso.
Michele? Sì, Michele, prima Michele. Io Michele l'avevo già fatto. Mr. Chip ha effettuato accesso al tuo mondo. Esatto, gioco. Proprio così.
Ma che cazzo?
Ieri un Black, stessa cosa. Chi vuoi giocare?
Io ho bisogno di gel. E poi...
One of those.
Boh.
Sai che possiamo fare? Però se non abbiamo un curatore.
Chi?
Dendrea e Idra.
Allora devo prendere Barbarella in quel caso. Prendo Barbarella.
Io con Naida curo. Io con Naida curo, quindi se
Anzi, aspetta, devo prendere un dentro. Allora devo prendere... Yo Kiro. Tiri così baffa.
In teoria un po' Naida curo. Poco a poco.
Considerando abbiamo fatto le ore piccole, immagino.
Sì, Black.
Ma siamo quanto piccole però. Non ho provato nell'abisso al piano 12, la prima stanza la faccio velocemente con team di Nilu. Nonostante il potenziato una merda, cioè ancora rimangono fatti brutti. Nilu è tanta roba, Nilu.
E cura di Naida. Altro che le cure del giudice, che cure di Nida. Madonna santa, sta
Dovrebbe essere... Sì, infatti, resistenza dentro, ecco. Ecco.
Cioè, abbiamo idee dentro, sì.
Ok, vedevo 1000 danni con i fiorellini che scoppiavano e ho detto, c'è qualcosa che non quadra.
C'è qualcosa che non cosa.
Niente, è un pezzo di merda, fatti restare. Anzi no, in realtà è meglio così. È fatta dentro. Idro.
Sì, vai, Cip. È il tuo momento. Le cure. Chi ti porta una naida che ti cura, Cip? Comunque mi manca un po'
fortunatamente nessuno. Mi sa che prima o poi Cip su Wild fanno qualche personaggio verso sia ci torno. Non ho capito su
se no...
Non ho capito perché non si sente bene rispetto al zatto nuovo. Dica!
Ho detto, probabilmente
sì.
Torno su Wild prima o poi. Che mi mancano un po' Gagas 7.
Perché? Qual è il problema? Perché? Vai!
No,
qual è il problema?
Adesso, no. Adesso sto benissimo così.
E 600.
Anche da me è 600. Aldo, Giovanni e Giacomo.
Allora adesso dovevo avere 40 di resina, sì.
Hai 40. Comunque Chip, alla fine Aldo, Giovanni e Giacomo sono tra i più facili da fare. Una volta capito come farlo è facile farlo. La tizia che... C'è la tizia che fa esplodere i barili che è un tumore puro.
Nino, Nino, dobbiamo prendere per le corna, Nino, e poi facciamo, poi si va avanti, Nino.
Nino per le corna e Kirara per la coda. Freeze? Freezer? Giochiamo Freezer.
E Majin Buu.
No, solo Freezer.
Beh.
Ah, per cui pensavo volessi fare la resina, Chip. Per far questo.
L'ho condensata, si può fare pure domani. Tanto è uno, quindi...
Se voglio fare questa, la dobbiamo farla a mano.
Hanno fatto! Ah, me ne ha dati 2, sì. Sono felice. Mi recupero la stamina. Non devi rompere i coglioni però. Tra un secondo li posso marchiare. A posto.
C'è stanco io. Il problema è che col fuoco in volo si sghiacciano.
Gioco, sto premendo la E. No.
Oddio, mi sta ammazzando subito.
Vai, statevi qua. Forse ce la facciamo a fare la cosa.
Dobbiamo buttare giù quello elettro. Io l'ho già fatta circa.
Non ce la fai. Aspetta, c'ho il marchio.
Non tiro neanche le ultime per fare.
Adesso stanno...
Ok, adesso stanno più o meno alla stessa vita, dobbiamo farli raggruppare. Ci facciamo raggruppare in un unico punto di ghiacci. Ok, quello poi già. Vai Jeep, vai Jeep.
Oh.
Mi spiace averla fatto.
Sì, sì, sì.
Ho fatto morire il giudice solo per te, Chip. E anche, e anche l'unica cosa perché diciamo. Anzi, 10 primo gem Chip ne passa la pena.
Direi di sì. Per 10 primo gem ce lo facciamo mettere pure nel culo. O 20 primo gem.
10 primo, no. Neanche 20 primo gem.
Vedi, ce lo facciamo mettere nel culo da Black tutta la notte, è vero Black?
Ma valga un po' di più.
La vogliamo andare?
Chip, come vuoi.
Non lo so, tu che dici?
Vuoi farti qualcos'altro, Chip?
Sì, quelli di Fontaine allora, no?
Quella 3000?
Sì. Afraid?
No.
Comunque la storia di Arlecchino è tra le top storie,
Buona cena, Black.
Ciao, Black!
Black.
Black, ti chiamiamo, Black. Io però ti amo di più. A fare male lo stronzo qua.
Vogliamo provare... Era un po' ghiacciato. Vediamo un po' ghiacciato.
Let's do this thing!
You two! Time to end this run! Locked on!
Io mi metto qua.
Open fire!
Knock him down.
Get to work! Fulfill our pact! He's lolling! He's Papa! Get him! Open fire!
No.
Open fire! Open fire! Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh!
Take a moment.
Oddio. Casca.
Hold on to your hats.
La carta Chip esci gratis la carta esci gratis di prigione con Barbara Chip è finita,
Come?
Ce l'ho Oddio. Cerco di caricarmi.
Dammi la ult. Dammi la ult. A posto.
Dai, poteva andare peggio. Non è morto nessuno.
Se ci vogliono quelli che lo colpiscono 20 km lontano. Andiamo
Che
a fare
facciamo?
questo poi.
Sempre ghiaccio
Andiamo.
oppure cambi?
Giusto, cambiamo. Via!
No,
Io voglio Lia! Io voglio Lia!
Ti vuoi toccare Lia, Chip? Toccati Lia.
Voglio toccare pure Bonnai! E poi voglio toccare pure Gia, e pure Fiammone, Iele, tutte! Le voglio toccare tutte! C'è un po' di nale,
Ma tu Chip ti immagini due ciasca con tipo un Bennett, che so, un coso brutto acqua, una Yelan che ti potenziano. E ti tiri le skill. C'è di Yelan, tiri la skill di Yelan, tiri la skill di l'ulti di Bennett. E poi dopo attacchi caricati con 2 Chask. Temporaneamente. Deve essere divertente.
Via!
Ho perso.
Vorrei vedere qualcosa.
Anch'io. Non ha via amici di là.
Aia.
Anticipo appena finisco con l'energia del giudice che non ce ne ho più, tiro meglio. Adesso. Mi stavo approfittando finché il giudice aveva energia.
No!
Io non lo vedo. Dove cazzo? Che cazzo sta vedendo la testa in giù?
No, no, io lo vedo qua che... zompetto.
Io lo vedo volare. Vabbè.
Madonna mia.
No.
Oddio.
Il giudice è messo male, aspetta un attimo. Ti abbiamo messo il cerotto Peppa Pig. Guarda, l'altro giorno che subivo mi ha tic sul deck.
Bene, 6 cristallini, 48.000 danni. Nadia. Oh, non ha crittato più Nadia. Niente. Nadia. Nadia. Poi dici che ti mettiamo sulla sedia e ti sbattiamo. Nadia, per forza. Sì, quelle così.
C'è il puti.
Il puti.
Sta facendo anche Genshin.
Ma perché mi segna che devo prendere la roba qua? Ah, che ho fatto la quest di Arlecchino, sì.
Ah, sì. A me comunque mi dà ancora partecipa alla tua stream, eh?
Ma che so.
Va bene, stesso.
Viene so. Beh, ci salutiamo qui con la banderona del sesso e con quella di Fontaine pure è da sbattere, non è che... mica è brutto. Mica è brutto.
No, che brutto.
Andiamo a fare rights.
Ma chi lo facciamo? A chi lo fai?
Non lo c'è, ma vediamo.
Fammi chiudere. C'è il puti che sta facendo
Genshin. Nemi, hai leccato un po'... Evelyn.
Ma... Vabbè, te lo chiedo dopo, Chip. Te lo chiedo dopo.
Il Putin. Andiamo da Putin.
Idea.
Grande Black. Grande Nemi. Non mi delude mai, Nemi. Da sempre una leccatina anche da parte mia. Nemi, grazie per la compagnia. Un bacio. Ci becchiamo domani. Buona serata, Nemi. Buone cose. Un abbraccio, un bacio.
Sulla chiappa sinistra.
Ciao. Ciao, Nemi.
Ok, Twitch è andata proprio completamente a... No, buono.